In this episode of Summer with Mom, it's a series of firsts on our camper van road trip, including my mom's first time being behind the wheel of the Beast Mode 4x4. Well, we're gonna let my mom drive today. This video is sponsored by Storyteller Overland. Live free, explore endlessly, and tell better stories. After a very memorable night at the Texas Route 66 rest stop, I made us a pressed coffee to enjoy on the drive. Kate took the wheel so I could catch up on some work before our very important stop at the Oklahoma rest area. What is this nonsense you were cutting up?
I bought an orange watermelon.
I have never heard of an orange watermelon.
With seeds.
Look at that.
What do you think, Charlie?
Well, she loves any kind of melon. This stuff is absolutely delicious.
There's no seeds.
With road snacks ready to go, it was time for the most important task of the day. Well, we're gonna let my mom drive today. I need to walk her through all the controls and the little idiosyncrasies of the Mercedes. But the nice thing is, these drive like a car, a larger vehicle. As long as you remember that it's taller, which I should probably remind her of, you should be fine. This camper is built on the 4x4 Mercedes Sprinter 144-inch wheelbase, so it's small, nimble, and should be easy for her to drive.
Listen, we have to get driving, and since I'm going to be driving, I have to get off the phone.
So the first thing is this is the gear shift.
Yes.
So up for reverse, down for drive, and then when you stop, just push the button for park.
All right.
Okay.
So there's not a drive one, drive two.
There is, but there are paddles where you change it. Don't worry about that. Just
Okay.
You don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
The other idiosyncrasy of the Mercedes is there's turbo lag at the beginning. So
What does that mean?
When you push your foot on the pedal, you can put it all the way to the floor, and you'll just kind of go very slowly at the beginning, and all of a sudden the turbos will kick in, and
you go flying back as I'm sailing down the road.
Exactly. So we'll practice in the parking lot a little bit so you can get a feel for that.
Okay. Does this start like my car? Put your foot on the brake when you press the start engine?
Yep, you can get it started. Buckle up for safety, as they say. Mom was eager to get rolling and took command with ease and confidence. We figured a rest area with plenty of room to maneuver would be a good place for her to practice and get the hang of all the controls. It only took Mom a few loops around the parking area before she was ready to get on I-40. This wide open interstate was probably the best place to introduce Mom to the art of driving a camper van. So what do you think, Mom?
Oh, I love this. I told you, I just feel so much in charge of this road. Up high and this vehicle, and it tells me to stay inside the lines. It slows down if I get close to somebody. I'm golden.
The nice thing is when the Mercedes tells you to stay inside the lines, you listen. When I do, I'm criticizing you.
It's different. I know they know. I can't help but tease you, Joe. We're in Oklahoma now.
We are. Mom was a natural behind the wheel and handled all the road construction like a champ. Today was full of firsts as we pulled into a fuel station with DEF at the pump. With the placement of the DEF fill on the Sprinter, I did have to turn the van around in order for the pump to reach. It's too bad there aren't more fuel stations that have this as an option. That was my first time filling up DEF at the pump, and it worked out really well. Plus, we don't have all the waste of the boxes and everything else, and I could get the exact amount I needed. Since the station also had potable water at the pump, I topped off the camper's 21-gallon fresh water tank before we got back on the road. I took over driving since Mom was ready for a break and got back to reading her book. It's a good thing because we also hit our first toll booth on this road trip. This unattended fee station required exact change in coins and took a while to register the full payment. After waiting, The light finally turned green and we were on our way to the next toll booth.
Green, let's go, go, go.
As a general rule, Kate and I always turn off toll roads in our navigation app. But since Mom was with us, we opted for the quickest route since she only has 10 weeks for this Summer with Mom road trip. Although Kate and I have traveled around 49 U.S. states in a camper, we've never explored Tulsa, Oklahoma before, and this was going to be a new experience for all of us. After a quick driving tour, we went to the river park to stretch our legs and enjoy an evening stroll along the Arkansas River with Miss Charlie.
It's like in Pittsburgh. If you don't have Pittsburgh, you have the three rivers. This is just different.
It's very nice.
Beautiful.
A little hot and humid though.
It's just, I still feel like I can get air. I couldn't up above.
Since it was high 80s with 70% humidity, we decided to cut our walk short and take the scenic drive to my mom's hotel for the night. Although we had a very memorable evening at the Texas Rest area, I think my mom was ready for a little luxury and the amenities that come along with a nice hotel room. And we had a decent parking spot to spend the night with Charlie.
This parking lot was pretty quiet.
It was very quiet, even with all the people coming out of the casino. But then again, we're in a van. If we were in our truck camper, we'd probably hear every single little thing. That's the nice thing about having an actual like hard-sided camper with insulation and stuff, is it muffles most of the sound.
Well, I'm gonna put the AC on. It's hot.
Okay.
Charlie,
Come on. Good. We'll make some coffee and read. My mom said she just got up, so there's no way we're leaving when we had it planned to.
that's
That's a
why
good
we're
thing.
flexible.
It is. Good girl.
AC?
AC.
$75. Yeah. Charlie, it's gonna be nice and cool soon.
Mm-hmm. It's 10:15 and she's finally ready to get picked up. So we're heading over to the front of the casino to grab her. Who knows, maybe she won us some money last night. It turns out Mom had been busy all night and morning reading the comments left on our Summer with Mom video series. She's even started to respond to some of them. So we were reading the comments and some people said we should have gotten you a bigger RV.
Because I'm so heavy right now.
No, because you're older and you need more room and a fixed bathroom and everything.
Well, hey, there's a couple of ways to go. I'm okay in the camper, but I have to say that last night was a treat. I had this great room. I cannot believe I paid the same amount of money for it as for the one the other night. I could black it out. The bed was so comfortable. The pillows, there was no noise. I had all this space. Charlie wasn't jumping up and down all over me. And it was great. But the nights I've slept in the camper, I've been very comfortable, except when I got too cold. And we solved that. I got a comforter.
Yeah.
When Charlie is trying to sleep with me, and of course there's not enough room, and we make her get down, I'm fine.
Good.
I like camping out. I do.
I believe you.
It makes me feel adventurous because I never did it in my life.
So some other people said if you're not comfortable, you wouldn't tell us. Is that true?
I have to think about that. You know, I don't like to complain because this is so wonderful.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I would tell you.
You should. Because otherwise, how are we going to rectify the situation?
Well, but there's been nothing to Honestly, I'm telling you the truth now. There's been nothing to rectify.
Good.
I'll tell you, I even like boondocking, if you want to call it that, at the rest stop. It wasn't that rest stop facility, other than the fact that it had an assistant and you had to go in all night, and he kept having to speak to me. Went out there in the clothes I'm wearing to sleep. That was beautiful. That was so clean.
Great.
I'm
All right.
good.
Just checking it.
I'm good.
You know, had we gotten a big RV, it would have had a lot more room, but we would have given up a lot of the flexibility.
The freedom. I mean, I absolutely love that we can go wherever we want, when we want, how we want, park. I love the freedom of this van.
Okay.
I love driving it too.
It's easy to drive.
I don't think I would want to drive an RV. I don't know. Maybe I could. You know, I do better at the bigger challenges. Remember what you said? I drive the van better than I drive my own car.
This is true. Not that that's saying a lot. But
No, come on. It's the first time you complimented me on how well I was driving.
you are doing very well.
It's okay. Say that. No, I really thank you, honey. I really love our van. I love our time together, and there's nothing I don't love so far.
Good.
Well, that's not quite true.
Uh-oh, here we go. So what is it?
Well, I can't say that I love at 2 o'clock in the morning walking through dirt grass to get to a toilet. I like boondocking better, or I didn't have to go very far. So, no, I don't love that, but I can handle it. And the difference is I can handle it. Nothing has happened that I can't handle with ease at the moment.
Good.
Elevation. I haven't handled elevation as well as I had hoped. Not when we had 10 and 12,000 feet. But then I did have lung cancer surgery, and I think that might have made a difference.
Well, I had difficulty at 12,000 feet, so you're in good company.
Yes, but if you can imagine at my age and my lungs of all that I'm able to do, I think that's pretty good.
I do too. So my mom is trying to use the campground Wi-Fi, and she has
So
learned...
that I can answer some of your wonderful, wonderful comments. And I'm so appreciative of all the people who watch and take the time to say something. And I want to say something back, and I don't have a good connection. So if you don't hear from me, that's why.
Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Summer with Mom. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.